Now, I just want to talk about some of these teams. We had the Storm versus the Connecticut Sun. All right. Connecticut Sun is 3-16. The Storm is 12-8. The Sun ended up winning 93-83. First quarter, 27 over 18. That was the Storm. Second quarter, 22 over 23. The Sun. Third quarter, 25 over 25. It was even. Fourth quarter, 9 the Storm, and the Sun 27. Diggins had 23 points, and Tina Charles had 29. Okay? Now, remember before I said to you that, this situation with the teams in this season 2025, you'll find that some teams you expect to win will not be winning. Some teams that you thought were going to lose will not be losing because of the different pieces that are on the team, because of just the changes that have gone on, because of some teams not gelling as well as others and not having as good a chemistry as others. A lot of different factors in there, okay? A lot of different factors. At the beginning of this year, we had, a new team, being, in the WNBA, Valkyries. Then we had, free agency. We had, the draft go on, a lot of new rookies coming on aboard. So a lot of this is being just settled right now, like settled in, or they're finding their legs right now. And still some of them have not gotten it. Some of them still are off balance. Some of them are still having a hard time. But there's a lot that's going on with different changes. And some people who or teams we think we're not going to win are beginning to win. Some that we did think we're going to win are not winning. Take the Storm. The Storm versus the Sun. How many of you thought the Sun was going to win? Their scores right now are 3 wins out of 16. And the Storm have 12 wins out of 8. Right? Okay. Let's move on. All right. Another team, final. The Lynx, 71. Mercury, 79. First quarter, 19 for the Lynx, 15 for the Mercury. Second quarter, 18 for the Lynx, 25 for the Mercury. Third quarter, 20 for the Lynx, 12 for the Mercury. In the fourth quarter, 14 for the Lynx and 27 for the Mercury. Ended up being 79 Mercury, 71 Lynx. Now the Mercury, their status is 14 wins and 6 losses. The Lynx is 17 wins and 3 losses. So going into that game, most people would think that it's going to be the Lynx that's going to be the winner. Most times that's what people think. But the Mercury said, no, 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 no. It ain't happening. The highest scores were Williams had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and Thomas had 29 points. I think that's her highest score. She had 29 points and 8 rebounds. She's excelling on the Mercury team. Okay. Now, one more. We have the Wings versus the Sky. The Wings are 6-15. Okay. The Sky is 6-13. Not that much of discrepancy there. But still, people think, usually, they probably might think that the Wings were going to win. The score was 76-87. The Sky. The Sky. All right. First quarter, 18-19. Pretty much close there. And that was the Sky. Second quarter, 19-26. That was the Sky. Third quarter, 25-26. Sky. Fourth quarter, 14-16. Sky. Uru had 18 points, 10 rebounds. And Allen had 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. So that just goes to tell you that you can't count out any team. You really can't. If the team is doing well, they're gelling, they know their actions and they know their schemes, they're down with it, they're eager to win, they're aggressive, they're going into the paint, crashing the paint, they're uh, practicing good defense and they're hitting those shots. They see a good look, they take it, they get it, transitional points. This is what's gonna win. Okay, if teams come in lackadaisical and taking weird shots or uncertain shots or feeling kind of like just a little bit of not confident, guess what? They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. If you don't come on that court confident that you can hit those buckets and confident about what you're doing, it ain't gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. But if you come in there like you see with some of the teams, and they come in there, just full of, vigor, full of just like, I'm going to get this done. They don't care whose court they're playing on. They're going to be about the business of winning the game. They're going to be about being producing. They're going to be about doing what it takes to win from the first quarter to the fourth. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give in. They're not going to get laxed. Right? I'm not saying that people have to be perfect. That's not what I'm going at here. But I'm saying that if your motivation, okay, and your confidence level, if you're not motivated and your confidence level is low, if you are not focused and really in sync with your teammates, like with the Indiana Fever, there was a few times there where they were not communicating. You got to communicate on the court. If you're not communicating, someone's going to throw you a pass, and you're going to miss it because you're not there. It's like, oops, sorry. But the teams that go after it, the teams that are hungry for the win, the teams that want to get to that playoff, the teams that want to get better, the teams that want to, just want it bad enough, that game can be the game where they're going to be the greatest, team. So if you think that certain teams are going to win and certain teams are going to lose, you might be, you might see yourself being wrong. As we can tell by, the Wings beating the Sky beating the Wings 87-76. The Mercury beating the Lynx 79-71. The Valkyries beating the Fever 80-61. The Storm and the Sun beat the Storm 93 to 83. So, anyways, something to think about. Some of it, with these teams that are losing and some that are winning, and we don't know what's going to happen or what's going to go on. Some of that adds to the excitement of what's happening in the WNBA. Some of it, we watch a game and we don't know who's going to win. So we're on the edge of our seats wondering, are they going to get those buckets? Are they going to, have good defense? Are they going to practice, this or that? And the teams that we favor, sometimes we get disappointed. The teams that we think that are not going to win, sometimes do. And that's the bottom line. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking about all this. Let me know what your thoughts are about the WNBA season 2025 as it is right now. And hey, if you haven't subscribed already, this is your invitation to subscribe. Love to have you over here, and just subscribe. You might as well. And also give me a thumbs up because that helps a great deal. And also tap the bell. When you do that, then you get notified of new content when it's available. So we'll see what happens in the WNBA. They have the All-Star coming up. I think it's on the 18th. They've already picked the rosters for that. We'll see how that goes. That should be interesting. If anything else, it should be interesting. Caitlin's back, on her team. Hopefully she's going to be okay. Everything is well with her. Timpson got some time today, so that's good. So we'll see what happens with the Indiana Fever and the other teams. Never a dull moment. We can say that much. All right. My name is Barbara, around the WNBA. Peace. Blessings.